Hi, within this lecture, we're going to discuss tunneling services in order to overcome the problems that we have seen in the previous lecture. So in order to do that, we're going to use something called ngrok.com. Okay, so this is a tunneling service. But what is a tunneling service and why do we want to use one? Of course, we're going to use it for our backdoor, but there are other various uses in order to leverage this kind of tunneling services in real life. For example, in our Kali Linux, we have actually a web server. Okay, you can actually host a web service in your Kali Linux. So let me clear this tab right now. We're going to write it later on anyway. So I'm going to write service apache 2 start. So when you do that, it will run a web service in your Kali Linux. So actually there is a web server going on in your Kali Linux right now, and you can change the content of it in order to host a web server or website in your Kali Linux. For example, if you go to your file system, okay, to your folders, I will show you where your website is right now so that you can edit it and use it if you need it. We're not going to need it anyway, but I'm going to show it to you so that you know how to use it. So if you open your file system, I'm going to wander into file system and a directory called var. Okay, so if you go over to this var, you will see a folder called www, which is your website, and you're gonna have to double click on this HTML and you will see this index.html. So index.html is the file that you see when you browse into a website. So whatever is written over here will be displayed if someone browses to your website. Right now, I'm running this web server, but since my Kali Linux is on the NAT network, only the files or only the computers on the NAT network can actually see those files, see the website that we are running. But we can use ngrok to open this website to the world as well. So if you open your browser, okay, in your Kali Linux, like your Firefox, and if you run fconfig to see your IP address, you will see mine is 10.02.15. I'm going to write 10.02.15 in my browser, and you will write your own IP address. And what I will see is the content of my index.html. As you can see, this is a default page that is created as a test or as a default website, and I'm now seeing it. If I had another machine on my VirtualBox, I could have written 10.02.15 to any browser from that machine, and I can reach this website as well. And if I use ngrok, I will be able to open this website to the public. That's not what we are looking for, but tunneling service lets us connect our local IP addresses or local machines to the internet using their own services so that we can actually gather the information to the ngrok IPs from the backdoor from the Android phone and forward that information to the Kali Linux using the same system. Okay, we're going to use it for this reason, but remember, the tunneling services may provide much more broader or greater advantages in given time. So what we want to do is to set the ngrok up in our computer so that we can reach their services, so that we can actually forward that information when it comes to the ngrok to the Kali Linux, so that we can create our session, so that we can hack into the Android phone and get access to their privileges, browse their files and folders and everything. So that's what we're gonna do. So first of all, I want to go to ngrok again and download some files and folders and set up some account information with ngrok, because we will need those information. You won't be able to use the ngrok without creating any account. Okay, so what I would suggest is to close this down because we are done with it, and minimize this tab and open the Firefox. And then next thing we're gonna do, we're going to write ng, like this, ngrok.com over here. And once we do that, we're going to register for an account. So you see login and sign up buttons over here. Of course, this theme or some kind of user interface may change in over time, but they will always provide some kind of login or sign up register options. So you want to register for an account. Don't worry, it's free by the way, but you're going to have to provide some kind of email and other stuff in order to create an account. So I already have an account, so I can go to log in, but I'm going to show you how to sign up as well. So let me click on sign up. And as you can see, you will only provide your name, your email, and email again, and a password, and it will create your account for you. So it's fairly easy. So rather, I'm going to log in with the previously created account of mine, and it will direct me to the same page that you're going to see when you sign up. So I made up an email for this, like jackquirox@gmail.com, and password is something like this. Let me save this. Yeah, let me update this. And it will ask me to complete an installation or setup process. So this is what we are looking for. As you can see, ngrok can be used in Mac OS, in Windows, and in Linux as well. Since we are in Linux, we are seeing the button for Linux, but if you want to use this in Windows or in Mac for some reason, of course you are allowed to use it. But I'm going to download for Linux, so I'm going to click on this button and I'm going to say save file. Okay, it will download the file for me. And then, of course, I'm going to have to unzip it because it will be kind of zipped. You can use unzip command in order to unzip it, or you can just right click on it and unzip it yourself. So let me open the downloads file and show you what I mean. So open your downloads file from your file system. Okay, it should be under root. So root, downloads. Once you double click on the downloads, you will see the ngrok downloaded file over here. So this is a zip file, and Kali Linux also have its own archiver. So if you double click on that, you can see the ngrok. You can just drag and drop it to your own folder like this. Okay, so it will be unzipped. Of course, you can use the unzip command as well in order to get familiarized with Kali Linux a little bit more. So after that, let me come over here. You're gonna have to connect your account. So since you have created this account, it will give you this kind of an authentication token. So yours will be different from mine, so you're gonna have to copy it from your own account. I'm going to close down my account, so don't try to write my own token over here. Create your own accounts and just copy this command from here. So I'm going to copy everything and I'm going to paste it on my terminal so that it will be authenticated, so that it will be ready to use. And don't skip anything, just make sure you get the whole line over here, okay? Because otherwise it won't be authenticated and it won't work. So once you are ready, you have to open your terminal one more time and change your directory into the downloads folder or any other folder that you have downloaded your tool into. So mine is in downloads, so I'm going to say cd downloads, And now I'm inside of downloads. If I just paste this selection or clipboard over here, it will run the ngrok and it will authenticate me using the token. Okay, now my token is saved. I'm free to use ngrok services. So that's how you install and that's how you set up your environment for tunneling services. Next, we're going to provide some information to the backdoor that we have been trying to create and use it. See you in the next lecture.